Thank you.
I'm not going to think about that. Hello, good morning. Good morning. Welcome to live from Victory Field with Mystic Yoga Fitness. We're happy to be here with you today. It's a gorgeous Wednesday morning. Beautiful blue skies and these little puffy clouds that are pretty awesome. So we're going to get ourselves started. Just to let you know, there is class tonight, 6 p.m. It is not live via Facebook or Instagram. In order for you to participate in it, you have to be here. So we invite you to come and join us. It's a beautiful, awesome class, and it's going to be perfect weather for it. Of course, all of our live broadcasts, Monday through Friday, are at 8 a.m. On the weekends, they are at 9. So perfect opportunity for you to come and join us any way that you can. So my name's Kat, and I'm going to be leading you through this practice today. I want you to get yourself into a really comfortable position, whether you're lying down on your back or seated. And just finding a way for you to soften your body. Notice what it feels like for your eyes to be closed. Letting the layers of tension just dissolve. So you might notice that you can create some space between your teeth, between your lips, letting the jaw become soft and heavy. All of the muscles in the face can become slack. The shoulders can slide away from the ears. What is there for you to feel? For you to lean into? Notice the world that goes on around you. Whether you're practicing from outside or from inside, notice how that environment affects you. Even gently wiggling your toes, notice if your feet or your legs are hanging on to any tension. And we'll slowly start to cultivate our breath. So as you inhale, let the belly expand. Notice how the ribs start to stretch open, and there is this lifting up from the heart space. And as you exhale, drawing the belly button in towards the spine, let the ribs knit together and the chest just gently falls. Inhale, the belly, ribs, chest, everything grows and blooms. And as you exhale, just follow that breath out. As you inhale, notice if you can take in just a little bit more air with every single inhalation. Feeling the body becoming maybe even a little bit more grounded. And as you exhale, feel that air rush out of you. Let the body become lighter on the exhale. Inhale, grounding, blossoming with the breath. And exhale, following the breath out, let the body become lighter. Giving yourself just a few more breaths. Notice what it feels like when you focus your attention on the breath. Notice what it feels like to have that laser point focus on something that is so automatic. There is this tenderness, this attention that we draw back home to the source, back home to us. So use that as a tool anytime the mind wanders, anytime we go astray. Just link yourself back to breath, back to this moment. Give yourself another deep breath in. This time on the exhale, open up your mouth. Let it go. Make some noise. Be like the wind. Take another deep breath in. And sigh that breath out. And give yourself one more chance. Now, if you are seated, we'll meet our friends on our backs. So gently make your way down onto your back. And start to extend those arms towards the back of your mat. Let those feet wiggle. Find a big, long stretch of the body. Even reaching one arm further than the other, finding some opening within the shoulders. And then slowly drawing those knees in towards the chest. And as you do, maybe they flop open outside of the ribs and you can just rock those legs from side to side a few times. Notice as we start to move, you might become aware that the breath becomes just a little bit shorter and shallower. Maybe create that big lengthened breath that you just had. Maybe that can be the core of what we rest our whole journey on, our whole practice on. Create some breaststroking action with the knees, circling them around, circling ankles if that feels good. As an option, you can even extend those legs up to the sky. Maybe you look at your feet, or you keep your eyes closed so you can just tune into that internal dialogue that you have. Or maybe you look at your feet and you get excited for them. Like these feet, they bring us from point A to point B, right? They don't get enough love. You can bend and straighten the legs or open up into a straddle if that feels good for you. Maybe that's what it is. We just have to be in awe of what our body does each and every day. Slowly bringing the soles of the feet down to the mat. We're going to find some pretty soft rolling bridges. So knees are bent, feet are pretty close to the bottoms of your seat. On your inhale, you're going to press the lower back into the mat, scoop the hips, let them rise up, and then the arms stretch up towards the back of your mat. As you exhale, hands are going to lower down towards the hips as those hips make a descent down towards the mat. Pressing into the heels, the arms lift, the hips lift. See if you can match them. It's always such an interesting thing. The arms have such a bigger journey than the hips, but how can you make the journey be the same? So the arms go at a little bit of a quicker tempo as they reach behind you, hips up. And as they lower down, notice what it feels like to curl through the spine and to let those arms release down. Just give yourself 2 more times, lifting up, arms stretch back, pressing into the heels, squeeze the glutes at the top. As you exhale, lower the hips down, lower those hands down. Last time, lift the hips up, try to wiggle the toes so you're not pressing into the toes, pressing into the heels. And then slowly releasing down. Hugging the right knee in towards the chest, extend the left leg down the mat. Finding wind removing pose. You can let the knee rock from side to side. I'm a rocker bouncer. It feels good for me to lubricate the joints. So maybe it might be a nice opening for you as well. And then take the knee and you're going to draw it over towards the left side. Finding whatever kind of twist feels the best for you. Notice what it feels like for you to have the idea of where you've already been in a twist. And maybe because this is our first twist of the day, be a little bit more compassionate with how you move your body. Slowly coming back up to center, extending the right leg up to the sky, interlacing the hands behind the back of the leg. Wiggle the toes. So notice, if you hard flex the foot, you might feel a lot of strain behind the back of the knee. So let's just soften the toes. Maybe it goes back towards the muscle rather than the joint. Draw that right leg in a little bit more. Take a deep breath in. Flare the nostrils like you're smelling freshly cut grass. And then as you exhale, lower the leg down next to the left. Notice the space that maybe you've created on that right side versus the left. And then we'll slowly bring that left knee into the chest, interlacing the hands on top of the shin. And then you can rock from side to side a few times. As you rock from side to side, maybe you circle out the left ankle. Notice if the shoulders have a lot of tension, and see if you can ease out any of that residue of tension. Slowly drawing the left knee over to the right side, finding your twist. As you find that twist, maybe there's even a gentle bouncing that feels right for you. Notice the difference between left and right as you do find that twist. And then slowly coming back to center with the back, extending the leg up towards the sky. Wiggling the toes. Again, maybe that hard flex feels like it stretches out something for you, or maybe you just soften the toes of the left foot. Give yourself a deep breath in. Let that breath come all the way to the tension that you feel. And then on your exhale, slowly releasing the left leg next to the right, finding hopefully both of our legs are the same length right now. Slowly bending the knees, soles of the feet come down towards the mat. Press the lower back into the mat. Hands are going to go behind the base of the head. I want you to inhale, lift your head and shoulders to a hover. Press the head back into the hands. Let those elbows stay splayed open. And as you exhale, curl up. Head and shoulders lift up. And the gaze should be looking up and above those knees just a little bit. On your inhale, lower the head and shoulders down to a soft hover. And as you exhale, curl into it. Notice there's that slight tuck of the pelvis. Draw the abdominals in rather than pressing them out. Inhale, release down, and exhale, curl it up. We're going to go 3 more times. Inhale to lower down. Exhale to curl it up. Press the tongue into the roof of your mouth to relax the tension in the jaw. Inhale down. Exhale, squeeze into it. Really press that lower back into the mat. And inhale, lower down. Exhale, curl into it. Curl, curl, curl. Hold it up at the top, and we're going to pulse it up. So pulse, 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 pulse for 3, 2, 1, and release. Hug those knees into the chest. Press your head back into your mat so you can relax the front of the neck and the jaw. And then bring your feet up to this reverse tabletop position. So our hips are at 90 degrees, knees are at 90 degrees, and our feet are at 90 degrees. Hands are going to come to the front of the thighs. And they can be low if that feels best for you, or higher up towards those knees. If you find that that lower back is having a hard time pressing in towards the mat now, you can always lift the head off the mat and notice how that cinches it right back down. So from here, I want you to start to apply pressure. Hands into the thighs, thighs into the hands. Notice that relationship. Now notice what normally happens. Our abs start to push out, push up. See if you can pull them in. Draw everything back in. Take a deep breath in and out. Give me 2 more deep breath in and out. Last one, deep breath in and out. Slowly release down. Hug those knees in towards the chest. All right, last thing we're gonna do. Legs go straight up to the sky. Hands can go underneath the glutes, underneath that lower back area to help support the lower back. See if you can soften your shoulders as you do this. We are going to lower our legs down, maybe a third of the way. Hold there for a second. Focus on your form. And then lower down another third of the way, or 1 inch or 2 inches. It doesn't matter. Notice what it feels like for the body to have that kind of tautness to it. And then lower down to a hover if that feels okay for you. Now, if it doesn't, you can always lift up higher. Keep pressing that lower back into the mat. And then knees come into the chest. Lift the legs up to the sky. We're going to do this 2 more times. So lower down. Pause. Lower down. Pause. Lower down. Hover. Focus on that form. Draw the abs in. And then knees into chest. Last time. Lift up. Lower down, third of the way, ish. Everything's an ish. Lower down. Last one to your hover. Focus on it right here. Relax the shoulders, press that lower back into the mat. Relax the jaw. Why is it doing work? It's not your abs. Take a deep breath in. And then knees into the chest, squeeze in. Hands go behind the knee pits, and we're going to rock forwards and backwards a few times. And we'll come up to our seated position. From our seated position, Sukhasana, lifting up through the crown of the head. Notice the space you can create within your own body. On your inhale, reaching those arms up to the sky. Maybe the gaze follows up, or those eyes can stay closed. On your exhale, lower the hands down. On your inhale, reaching those arms up to the sky. And on your exhale, letting those hands float down. And one more time. Inhale those arms, stretch up to the sky. This time, hands come to our heart space. Noticing the simplicity of this moment, where breath lingers, where we see the world beyond our world. May we bow our heads and honor what it's like for us to experience this moment. May we stay curious. May we continue to find joy. And if there's any other intention you'd like to set for yourself, please feel free to add that in. And slowly taking your time, let's move ourselves into our tabletop position. As we move ourselves into our tabletop position, knees and our hips are stacked and our hands and shoulders in one line. We'll find some little cats and cows. So lifting the tailbone, lowering the belly, opening up the heart space. The head can go forward as you slide shoulders away from the ears on your inhale. And as you exhale, tuck the pelvis, round the back, push it up to the sky. With a gentle shift back of hips to heels, open up that lower back. On your inhale, come back up to center, lifting tailbone, opening up the heart space. And exhale, rounding into it. And 2 more at your own pace. Notice what it feels like for that breath to wash through the spine. Where is there tension that maybe you can eke out a little bit of release? And last time. Follow that motion back into child's pose. Knees can open as wide as it feels comfortable. Hands can stack, or you can bring your forehead on a block. Maybe the knees open up wide, or they can stay a little bit closer if that feels best for you. And just start to even shift from hip to hip. You can even play around with either finding stillness or letting those arms walk over to the right side of the mat, feeling that stretch going down the left line. So our lats, our ribs find a big opening. And then gently walking them over towards the left. Getting that big stretch down the right line of the body. And coming back into center. Let the fingertips press into the mat, and the arms are going to come off the mat, and just drop the right shoulder down and the left a few times. Finding a little bit of that opening from both the upper back, especially if you find yourself seated or hunched over. This is a beautiful position to get in to counteract what it is we do all day long, especially if stress wears on us. Coming into your tabletop position, pressing up, and just find some circles of your hips moving around, lubricating the joints. Notice what it feels like for you just to experience. Experiencing this moment, experiencing this breath, and know that any creative motions that you choose to do that maybe stray from what it is we're doing, I want to encourage you to do just that. Do what feels right for you. Now, coming into tabletop position, tucking the toes, lift the knees to a hover. We are going to shift the weight over to that right foot, heels drop over towards the right, and the right hip is going to drop down towards the mat and a hover. And then we're going to lift the hips up, and then the left hip drops down to a hover. And then up, and then the right, and then up, and then the left. So if this feels a little too intense for you for arms, you can always do this from your knees and just let those hips drop from side to side. A little bit of core work here, a little bit of getting used to the pressure on our hands, and you can get as active as you choose, maybe making it a bounce. Give yourself 5 more seconds for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop those knees down, press back, child's pose. Circle out the wrists. Give yourself a deep breath in and out. Inhale, press yourself up, tabletop position. Tucking the toes, press those hips back and up. Down dog, pedal out the feet. Give yourself a few breaths right here. Lift that tailbone up to the sky. You can lift really high on the tippy toes. Maybe you want to drop both heels to the right or both heels to the left. Circling out through the ribs, the shoulders. And then slowly take your time, walk your feet back towards your hands, or forward towards your hands, coming into our forward fold. As you do that, bring forearms to your thighs, shake out the head, yes, no. Or you could come into full ragdoll position, letting the torso rock side to side. Notice where that tension kind of works back in, and see if that breath can flow. Bending your knees, let your hands come to your thighs, tuck chin to chest, and roll up to a standing position. As you roll up to standing, let the arms sweep up to the sky. And as you exhale, bring your hands to your heart space. Amy, will you lift up the camera on that one? Thank you. Inhale, reach those arms up to the sky. And exhale, sink into your chair. And just a few more times. Inhale, reach up, squeeze the quads, squeeze the glutes. Exhale, sink into your chair. And last time, inhale up. And exhale, sink into your chair. Let those arms go back, keeping that chair position. Tuck the tailbone. So we should look like downhill skiers, reaching those arms back, ready for what's to come at us. Finding our own version of flow. On your inhale, reach the arms up. Find a little baby back bend. As you exhale, hinge forward, find your forward fold. Sliding your hands to your shins on your inhale, halfway lift. And as you exhale, hands down to the earth. Stepping that left foot to the back of your mat. Anchoring through the right foot and the back toes. Squeeze those inner thighs together. As an option, that left knee can go down if you choose, or it can stay up. You might bring a block underneath the left hand, slowly spiraling the right arm up to the sky. Notice what happens from that front foot, back leg. Are you still squeezing them in? Start to circle out the right shoulder, big, gigantic, sweeping circles, or not. It's an option. Next time you have that right arm up to the sky, take a deep breath in. As you exhale, release right hand down. Plant the left hand down, step back, plank. Take a deep breath in and out. Inhale, knees to earth, relaxing the feet. As you exhale, lower down for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Once on the bottom, anchor through the glutes, relax shoulders away from ears. Inhale, head, shoulders lift up, baby cobra. And exhale to release down. Lift your butt up 1 inch. Inhale, press up, tabletop. Exhale, down dog. Pedal out the feet, maybe open them up wider. Give yourself 2 breaths right here. And 1 more breath. On your inhale, bend those knees, look forward, walk, hop, or step your feet to the front of the mat. Bending the knees, hands to the thighs, tuck chin to chest. As you exhale, roll to come up. Inhale, arms sweep up to the sky. Exhale, hands come to our heart space. Inhale, reach those arms up to the sky. Exhale, sink into your chair. 2 more times. Inhale, so really push the feet into the ground. Squeeze those quads at the top. Exhale, chair. How much do you add into what it is you're doing? Last time. Inhale, expanding those arms. And exhale, chair. Pausing here. Tuck the tailbone. Draw shoulders away from the ears. Maybe help by getting those arms to stretch back. This wind is awesome. Like it's our own air conditioning. This is perfect. I hope you all get a chance to get outside today. This is beautiful. And we're living. Like we get this chance. Pretty gosh darn awesome. Take a deep breath in. And out. On your inhale, stand up tall, baby back bend. Palms together, exhale. Hinge through the center, forward fold. Get dramatic. Inhale, hands to shins, halfway lift. And exhale, slowly release down. Left foot to the back of your mat. Again, option to release that right knee down is awesome. It's fabulous. Modifications are a sign of wisdom. They're never a sign of weakness. Squeeze that front leg, back leg in towards each other. Feel that fire in your legs. Now anchoring through that right hand with the block or not, start to spiral the left arm up to the sky. Now notice if those hips have lifted, stay low, and start to circle out the left arm if you choose to. Feeling that opening coming from the shoulder. Now the next time on your inhale, that left arm is up to the sky. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, plant it down on your mat. Step that left foot back to meet the right plank. Take a deep breath in and out. So you have the options. Do you want knees down or not? Maybe you do it. Maybe you keep them up. So choose that on your next inhale. As you exhale, like you're going through mud, slow motion, release halfway down or all the way down. Inhale to your upward facing dog or cobra, you choose. And then exhale, find your way down dog. Take a deep breath in and out. One more deep breath in and out. On your inhale, walk your feet close together at the back of your mat. Let that right leg lift up. As you exhale, bend the knee, hug the knee in towards the chest, roll forward, three-legged plank. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, knee into chest, roll forward. Last time. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, knee forward, step that foot forward. Find placement for crescent lunge. So as the torso comes up, move your feet. You're never stuck in concrete. Let those shoulders go away from the ears. Take a deep breath in and out. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, bend the arms, bend the knees. Anchor down through that right heel, lift the toes, inhale up. And exhale down. And one more time. Inhale up and exhale down. Let the torso hinge forward. Arms sweep back. Still squeezing those inner thighs towards each other. Find that power. The power that you have from within. That power can come in different ways. It might be that little voice going, oh my God, what are we doing? That's power, right? How do we settle in? How do we get comfortable in being uncomfortable? Slowly release the hands down towards the mat. On your inhale, as you exhale, right arm up to the sky. So we're gonna have some fun. Are you ready? We've been having fun the whole time, right? Of course, of course. Okay, so we are going to come into our warrior two from here. It's a little bit of a flow. From here, the right arm goes back, left arm sweeps forward on your inhale. As you exhale, open up to warrior two, right? Okay, so we're going to come back into that revolve lunge. So inhale, left arm reaches up, right arm down. Exhale, left hand down, right arm goes up. Yeah. All right, let's do it again. Right arm goes back, left arm forward. Exhale, warrior two. One more full rotation. Dropping right hand down. Inhale, spiral, left hand down, right hand up, revolved. And last one. Warrior two. Good job. Flip that front hand. On your inhale, reverse your warrior. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. Look down to the left foot. Wiggle the toes. Say, I remember you. Stay anchored into that foot. On your inhale, come on back, warrior two. And as you exhale, right hand comes down to the right knee. Left arm sweeps up to the sky. Soften the space around your eyes. What a joy it is to be here now. Be here now. Tucking the pelvis. On your inhale, torso comes up, warrior two. Now look to that right leg. Let your torso face towards the right leg. Left leg is going to sweep on top of the right. In 1, 2, or 15 steps. Doesn't matter. We get there. That's the journey. Bring your hands to your heart space. Now, press your hips back first. Imagine you're sitting on a chair behind you. Push back, push back, push back. Keep pressing back into the glutes, and then bend your right knee. A lot more opening can happen from there. Maybe that opening feels good. Maybe it feels stressful. Why do we label it? Just let it be. Pressing up into a standing position, nice and slowly. Unhook the left foot. And then we're going to kick it back into our warrior 3. 2 balances in a row. Bring your hand on top of the right thigh. Stack them. I know it's creative on ground that is uneven, but isn't that life? Life has the dips and the sways, and we just kind of go with it. Press back into the right glute. Bend the right knee a little bit more. See what happens here. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, plant the left foot to the back of your mat and then straighten the right leg. All toes go towards the left side of your mat. Open up the palms like you're about to give the world a big old bear hug. As you exhale, hinge forward, forward fold. Shake out the head, yes. And no. So finding whatever kind of release you need to here, bending the knees, shaking out the head, yes and no. Notice where the habit takes us every day. Now we're going to do this Qigong Tai Chi move called the dragon waves its tail. So you can kind of see me down here. We have this orb of energy between our hands, and I want you to bend your knees, press those hips back. Take a deep breath in right here, and as you exhale, shift the weight over to the right leg. The left hand goes in front of the right knee, and the right hand goes back. Inhale, so this is our tail, back to center. Bend both knees. As you exhale, shift the weight over to the left. Left hand goes back, right hand shadows the left knee. Inhale, orb of energy. Exhale, sway to the right. Inhale, orb of energy. Exhale, sway to the left. One more time each side. Inhale, see if you can make it fluid and graceful. Inhale and exhale. Now inhale back to center. Relax the head. Bending the knees. Rolling up to standing. Let all toes face towards your right. Arms sweep up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale. Hands plant down. Step the right foot to the back of your mat. Coming into our downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in and out. Rolling forward, come into your plank. Inhale, draw shoulders away from the ears. As you exhale, draw those elbows towards the ribs, halfway down, all the way down. Relax the feet. Inhale, cobra or up dog. You choose, you boo. And exhale, down dog. Give yourself another deep breath in and out. Get your feet close together at the back of your mat, and on your inhale, sweep that left leg up to the sky. As you exhale, curl the left knee into chest, rock it forward. Inhale up, and exhale, pull it forward. And last time, inhale up, exhale forward, step that foot forward. Finding our crescent lunge, anchor through the feet. Slow motion lifts you up. Relax shoulders away from the ears. Notice if it feels better for you to separate. As you exhale, come on down. Inhale up. And exhale down. And one more time. Inhale, reach up. And exhale down. Stay anchored into that left foot. Let the torso come forward. Those arms sweep back. Wiggle those left toes. Yeah, nice. Notice what it feels like for you to really load up that leg. Even when you open your eyes, whether you're outside and there's distractions, or you're inside and you're in your environment, your own distractions, notice where that mind goes. All right, Release the hands to the earth. Feels like a welcome until we know what's coming next. So anchoring through into that right hand, left arm sweeps up to the sky, twisting into your lunge. Now we're going to come into our warrior two, so doing that flow. So root into the feet. On your inhale, use your core. Torso comes up. Spiral those hands up. Exhale, sink into your warrior two. Yes. Inhale, left hand down, right hand up. Right hand drops, lift that right heel. And coming on out. Anchoring into the feet. Move like you're in water. Last full time. Have fun with it. Lift the corners of your mouth. See what happens. Changes things. And last time. Finding our warrior two. Really shoot those shoulders away from the ears. Flip left hand up to the sky. And on your inhale, reverse. Take in a full breath. Now on your inhale, come on back, warrior two. As you exhale, left elbow down, right arm goes anywhere, up to the sky or bicep close to ear. Relax the jaw. Tuck the pelvis. Notice the heat that we build up in our own body. On your inhale, tuck the pelvis, torso comes up, warrior two. Straightening the front leg, dial all toes to that right side of your mat. Open up the palms, 5-pointed star. It's my favorite because you are. Exhale, hinge forward. And you can even play around with doing those side-to-side lunges. If you like dragon waves its tail, maybe you do that again. Shaking out the head, yes and no. So as we make space, as we create this allowance in our body, what do we fill in that space? You know, it's so frequently when we even clean out our homes, it feels good to purge things away, to get rid of that attachment to things that we have. But then what is it we put in place of it? A lot of times we fill it up with more stuff. So maybe that's what the practice is coming back to that constant releasing of these stories, releasing of stuff. And we come into what it's like to just be us right here and right now. Give yourself one more breath. Regardless of what it is we see, good, bad, we are us. Bend those knees and roll up to standing. As you roll up to standing, all toes are going to face towards your left. So here comes that hooking foot action. So shift the weight to that left leg. The right ankle is going to cross on top. Okay? And then from here, hands to heart space, hands to hips, whatever feels best for you. Start to press those hips back. Push them back. Imagine you're just trying to peel those glutes back. Press them back. And then once we press them back as much as we can, then bend into the left knee. So I'll say this now and forever. Once we get into a place there where there's challenge, how does your body react? How does it react to challenge? Does it need it? Do you force your way through something? Or maybe you just sit back and you go, okay, well, what's happening here? I like to sit back sometimes. What's happening here? Give yourself one more breath. Now slowly lift to come up. Unhook the right foot. Warrior three or airplane. Start to press that right foot back. Slide your hands on top of the left thigh. Stack them. And then bend the left knee and really press back into the glute on that left leg. Push back, push back. Keep the core as tight as you can. Keep this body active. Take another deep breath in. And as you exhale, plant the foot to the back of your mat. Arms sweep up. Exhale, hands down. Step both feet to the back of your mat. Coming into down dog. Inhale forward into your plank. And then exhale, high plank, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Open up the heart space. And then exhale, downward facing dog or child's pose. You do you. Take another deep breath in and out. Slowly taking your time, walk, hop, step your feet to the front of your mat, coming into your forward fold. Grabbing onto opposite elbows, shaking at the head, yes, no. Bend those knees a lot, a lot, a lot. I call this the little football hiker position. I've never played football, so I just assume that this is kind of the position I'd be in if I was about to hike it. So press back as much as you can so that those fingertips can touch the ground. And then I want you to anchor through that left elbow and then reach the right arm up to the sky. Now you can keep both knees with that deep bend, or maybe you encourage the right leg to straighten and you feel this line of sensation. I'm not going to label it, it's just sensation going down that outside of the right hip down to the foot. Take a deep breath into any sensation you feel, and as you exhale, bend the right knee, drop right elbow down onto the knee. Press those hips back, slide shoulders away from ears. We're going to do this on the other side. So pressing back, slowly extending the left arm up to the sky. And then as an option, if you want, start to straighten the left leg, if that feels right for you. You don't have to. Maybe you rebend, you try, set it and forget it. And then slowly releasing down, left arm, relaxing into your forward fold. You can take your peace sign fingers, grabbing onto your big toes, bending the knees, let the belly rest on the thighs, and see if you can anchor into that position, relaxing the head, and encourage that torso to stay towards the thighs as you slowly start to stretch out the legs. Now, as much as you're pulling with your peace sign fingers with your big toe, I want you to press that big toe down into the ground. The elbows can splay out to the sides. Take a deep breath in and out. One more breath and out. And then slowly toe heel the feet away from each other just a little bit. Let the toes go out, heels come in, hands to the ground. We're going to sink down into Malasana. As we sink down into Malasana, hands can come to our heart space. Drop the shoulders away from the ears. So we're using this as a little bit of a transitional pose. Isn't that fun? Hands come down to the ground. Shift the weight to the right leg. That left foot is going to step towards the back of your mat. We're going to find lizard here, so drop the left knee down. Let the right foot walk out to the outside of that mat. Now, you can just play around with letting the knee open towards the right side, so you get this really deep hip opening on the right side. And the more you have that left knee back, the more opening you're going to get from the hip flexor on the left side. And if this feels like you want more, I would start with that outer elbow, drop it down to the ground or to a block, and then the inside one. Again, still playing around with what it feels like to rock the leg from side to side a little bit. See if you can soften with this compassion. Let the body just unfurl the tension that it holds. Take a deep breath in and out. Use that inside hand press to come up, and then the outside. Now, as an option, you can either stay right here, or if you want to bend the left knee and use that right hand to just anchor onto the foot, that's an option for you. Get a quad stretch right here. Like everything else, it's optional. Just optional. Releasing if you had it. Now here comes the fun part. Tuck the left toes, lift the knee off the earth. Using your power, you're going to step that left foot towards the front of your mat. Instead of coming down into Malasana, you're going to keep those legs straight. Just give them a wiggle, the hips. But then bend the knees. Hands are anchoring into the earth like you're in that football hiking position. And then step that right foot to the back of your mat. Drop the knee down, relax the foot if that feels right for you. Wiggle the hips, and again, that external rotation that can happen from the left leg can feel really quite lovely. Just know that the bones on the outer edge of your foot are more tender. They're delicate compared to the inside ones. So if we rotate out to the side, please be very mindful with how you do this. If this starts to feel like your body is easing into it, then maybe you drop down the outside elbow and then the inside one. And just come back to maybe that sense of joy for the day. You know, regardless of what's happened 5 minutes before, 10 minutes before, this next breath is what matters. This next moment. So how do we celebrate moment to moment, day to day? Now, if you want to try to do that quad stretch on this side, you can come up to your palms, bending the right knee and using that left hand to grab onto the foot. So in life, we have the same beginning and ending. We're born, we die. But it's how we fill all of those chapters in between. How are you writing your story, your life? Slowly relaxing the foot down. And we are going to drop that right knee down to the ground and drop our hips down. Slowly taking your time and grabbing onto the knee pits, relaxing back onto your back. Hugging the knees in towards the chest. Circling out the ankles. Letting both knees drop over to the right, finding a twist that feels good for you. Letting the whole body just unravel. The jaw. How quickly can you find this state of flow from within? This surrendering to what is. Slowly letting the knees lift and then letting them drop over towards the left side in just this organic twist. There's no way to place our body, but just rather this sense of opening. This permission to just be. And then slowly taking your time to come back to center. Giving a squeeze of the knees into the chest. And then letting the body release into your Shavasana, extending those legs. The arms can reach out a little bit further with the palms facing up. Notice the journey of 60 minutes. How maybe the world within us changes. So all the stories we tell ourselves, all the ideas we have about ourselves can be shifted with time. So we release the attachment of thinking we're any one way. Let go of anything that happened or didn't happen. And just settle down the breath. Bhavantu. Om Shanti. 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 Oh, peace, peace, peace. Slowly taking a deep breath in. Feel what it's like for the body to expand with breath. And as you exhale, follow that breath out. Let your breath grow as either you stay here where you are or you encourage some movement from within the fingers. Maybe letting head rock from side to side. Maybe finding that internal smile. Gently letting the body explore as you rock over to one side or the other. Notice what it feels like to be cradled, to be supported. And then using that top hand, press yourself up to seated. Bringing hands onto heart space or Anjali Mudra prayer position, gently bowing your head. May we step into the now, releasing, letting go. May we use our breath to find peace. May we use our voices to find peace. May we all know peace. Thank you so much for joining me here today, for showing up as you are and being who you are. All that I am bows deeply to all that is within you. Namaste. So thank you for joining us virtually, spiritually, here. Don't forget that tonight at 6 p.m. join us for Yoga on the Field, Victory Fields, and we will see you this week. So thank you so much for sharing and supporting us and letting us support you as well. So have a wonderful day.